Good morning. I am just in such a good mood because why not? But also it is Monday. My birthday's in a few days. I just have a lot of things I'm looking forward to, which is really exciting. I got up around 6:30 today, did my usual fill the water bottle, get hydrated, do the red light. I took Duncan out, made some protein coffee, and then I just got so much done on my computer. It is now about 10 o'clock and I've been doing computer work since about 7. So I got 3 hours of work in, which is amazing, and I just feel like so refreshed, reset, productive. I'm feeling just so good. So I'm gonna take my curls out and we are gonna get going on this day. I went out to dinner last night with some friends as like a little early birthday celebration, which was a lot of fun. However, my stomach is feeling a little bit off because of it. Also, I feel like, okay, I teeter back and forth with this so often. Like, you've probably heard me say it a million times, but I go in phases where I really want to decrease or cut out how much protein powder I have, and I usually have a scoop every day because I do protein coffee, but sometimes I will have more than one, and I don't typically like to do that because I know it's just not great for my stomach. And it's like, yes, it's a supplement, but it's a supplement, right? Like, it's not, you don't need to be having too much of it. Like, just eat some real food, right? And I also wonder if it affects my skin, this and that, whatever. And I did get another comment of someone being like, hey, do you think it's the protein powder? And I'm like, you know what? It might be. So I don't know. But I'm actually going home to Wisconsin soon for 2 weeks. And I'm like, you know what? Maybe I don't pack protein powder. Maybe I'm really good about being proactive and eating protein while I'm home, but like not necessarily relying on protein powder, and that can be a test for me. I don't know. I also, I'm not gonna lie, I do like the water in Wisconsin better than the water here. The water here is just a little bit harder and like more orange and stuff, and so it affects my hair. I wonder if it also affects my skin. These are just the things I think about, okay? But I'm taking out my heatless curls and I'm gonna get on some activewear and go walk Duncan. I'm doing something new today, which I'm really excited about. I'll explain that in a little bit, but I've been sitting for a while. I need to get up and get some steps in, get some movement. I've been walking 15,000 steps every single day for the past month, and it's amazing. I know that's kind of a high step goal, but I use my walking pad a ton and it's really been great. Look at these girls. This is crazy. Activewear acquired. I've been wearing this combination so much lately. I just love it. I love how minimal this sports bra is. I don't like when it's like too much and too tight and feels too restrictive. Both these pieces are just from Amazon. I'll link them, but I love it. I think it's so cute and it's so comfortable. It fits me really well. I am gonna do a little bit of skincare and get ready for the day. So like I said, today's Monday. Normally I do a leg day on Monday. Well, recently, if you've been keeping up with the vlogs, I haven't been lifting as much because I've been doing other things physically and I just don't want to do too much, whatever. I was trying to balance everything at once and it was just getting to be too much. And so I took a, I don't know, 2-ish week break from lifting weights, and I'm back on it this week. Today's Monday, but I decided to start my split yesterday. So I did a full leg day yesterday. It felt so good. Although my lower back's a little sore, I think like not in a good way. I think I just pushed something a little weird, but you know what? I've had some time off, so I gotta get back and get used to the form and everything. Anyway, so I did a leg day yesterday and I'm gonna do an upper body day tomorrow. I do 2 lower and 2 upper every week. But I wanted to leave Monday empty of lifting because today I'm doing my first ever Pilates class. Reformer Pilates class. I feel like everyone ever has like been doing Pilates lately, and I've done mat videos just like off of YouTube and stuff, which is great. Like, you get a lot out of them. I love Move with Nicole. But I've always wanted to try Reformer Pilates, and I've made it a goal this year to do one new thing every single month. And so for May, Reformer Pilates it is. Club Pilates is a chain in a lot of areas, and they have them here in Austin. And you get your first class free. It's an intro class. They just kind of go over how to use the machine. And that's part of the reason I've never taken a Reformer class, is I was just intimidated by the machine because I don't know how to use it, right? But they do these free intro classes, so I'm just doing that today. So it's not gonna be a crazy workout. I think it's like more so just learning it, getting comfortable in the environment, whatever, but I wanna do this because it'll get me more comfortable to eventually take a real class moving forward. And I've been doing so much variety lately in my exercise, which has been nice. I love weightlifting, I walk a ton every day, but I've been signing up for dance classes. I did a gymnastics event and now I'm getting more into Pilates. I just ordered a yoga mat. I'm just really trying to like celebrate all forms of movements, because as much as I love weightlifting and I really want to build muscle, sometimes you just need to change it up. And when you do different types of movements that you actually enjoy, I think you just realize how fun it is and how freeing it is to be able to move your body and just like do different things with your body. I don't know. And I feel like the past year I have gotten stronger and it really shows in other activities and it's just the best feeling. But I really need to get outside. I need to move. I've been sitting for too long this morning. I feel like I can just feel the caffeine marinating in my body and it's like, Morgan, go get it out somehow. So we're gonna walk and then come back and have breakfast, and my class is at noon. Let's get outside. Come here, let's go for a walk. I love you. It is so hot and humid, like my hair is just sticking to my face, but that's life. That is life. Are we at the park? Here? Good job. Place. Good boy. Sit. Touch. Good boy. Wait. Protect. Good boy. I have leftover steak from last night's dinner, so I thought it would be fun to add it to my breakfast sandwich. So of course we have the protein bagel. We'll add the steak, then our eggs. Whenever I make eggs, I always add in cottage cheese for both texture and some extra protein. Honestly, I think it improves the taste of the eggs. It's not just for the protein, but obviously that's a big plus. Gorgeous. We have a beautiful steak and eggs breakfast sandwich. I need to remember that when it's humid and windy, a hydrated king, he takes after me. But when it's humid, my curls deflate so fast and I think the wind doesn't help. My hair is naturally straight, that's why. I always want to think like, because it's heatless and it dried that way, that'll help, but you can't win with humidity. Anyways, I'm excited to chow down on this. And then in here we have electrolytes and creatine. Incredible. I'm getting a little bit nervous for this Pilates class. Although I'm like, okay, it's literally an intro, so everyone there is a beginner, is a newbie, whatever. So like that's what they expect, right? But I am a little nervous. I put my hair up in case I'm like laying down. I never want my hair like low and stuff and in the way because I think that just gets annoying. I do have actually grippy socks already. Otherwise I was just gonna order some from like Amazon or something, but I went to that event in Austin. I think I mentioned it on my channel. It was called Bar to Brunch. It was ran by Jenna Palick. It was a bar class that she taught and then brunch vendors, stuff like that. So it was really cool and you got to keep your socks. So I have grippy socks, which is nice. I think I'm gonna put these on right away and then just walk there in my slides. I think that makes the most sense. And I was wondering, I'm like, okay, are these the same as like Pilates socks? Like what do people wear? I don't know, but I think these are fine. And also, again, it's a beginner class, so whatever. I think all you need is grip. And if I have to buy some there because these don't cut it, whatever. I am honestly kind of sore from my leg day yesterday. Like my butt is pretty sore, so I'm hoping it's fine, but it's literally 30 minutes in just like instructions. I'm sure it's not that hard, but I am getting more nervous as time goes on, but it'll be fine. Everything will be fine. Phone, I'll bring my GoPro in case I want to film like on the way there. I probably won't film the class, right? Let's go do something new for May. Okay, so that was great. I obviously didn't film anything in there, like not only to respect other people in the class, but also like I was nervous, you know? But okay, it was amazing. It was definitely challenging, not easy, but it was tolerable. Like I was following the whole time. I felt good, I felt confident. I feel like the more and more things that I go out and try, the more confident I get. Like I've done a lot of new things this year, and the more I do new things, the easier it gets, and the more, so I consider myself an outgoing person, whether it seems like that online or not, I have no idea. But I feel like the very first time I tried something new, I was like a shell. Like I kept to myself. I didn't know how to talk to people. I was just like so like, I was just so nervous that I didn't know what to do. But now, because I've been trying things and like being in new environments and stuff like that, I feel more confident in myself and my ability to adapt, but also like I'm showing my personality and I'm outgoing, I'm talking to people. Like I wasn't afraid. There was only 3 girls in the class, by the way. I mean, the intro classes, I don't expect to always be super full, especially for noon on a Monday, but I was like talking to the girls in the class and like I initiated the conversation. You know, it just gets easier to do these things the more you do them. And I'm definitely gonna go back for a class. I didn't sign up for a membership or anything because I'm gonna be out of town pretty soon. I'll come back in June, and it was fun. Like it was just so much fun, and it's such a different form of exercise. I feel like Pilates is like so much like time under tension, you know? Like with weightlifting, it's like if you slow down the weights and you have more time under tension, it gets harder. But I feel like that's the whole point of Pilates. It's like time under tension. I don't know, but it was great. The instructor was great. I'm out of breath. I'll talk more to you when I get home. Okay, the last thing I wanted to kind of say about it. So the instructor was really great. She started the class by asking us, do you normally exercise? What do you do? Like this and that. And I'm like, yeah, like I normally like lift weights, like I'm looking to try something else as a different form of strength. And she was like, oh, lengthening and strengthening. And I'm like, yeah, exactly. But she was talking about how like Instagram and social media or whatever can like paint Pilates a certain way. She was kind of going over, you know, how it's very like mind to body and it's not about like reps and maximum weight. It's very like focused and controlled, and just the way she talked about it, I felt like I trusted her right away. I'm like, okay, she is in tune with it. Like she's great. She's very knowledgeable. She just sounded awesome. And she even actually brought up, I don't know if you're on TikTok or if you've seen, there was this like viral TikTok. This girl was saying like people of a certain size shouldn't be doing reformer Pilates, which is absolutely absurd and insane. She has been like fired from her job, lost her Pilates membership, like all this stuff. I mean, because it was just quite literally the most insane thing I've heard. But it's great because Pilates is very inclusive. There's modifications you can do. There's all this stuff. So it just felt like a really awesome environment and something that I'm happy to go back to. And yeah, it was great. It was a good experience. It was fun. Honestly, it was just fun. The reformer machine is fun. It's hard, it's challenging, but it's fun. So, and I did feel strong in there. I was like, yes, like I've been working, like I feel strong. It was still hard, but like I felt good. And my inner thighs, that is what hurts the most right now. Or what was that, burning at least. Oh, there were some arm parts too that I was like, oh my God, but it was amazing. I'm gonna shower. I'm showered, I'm fresh. I need to get dressed. If you watch my vlogs, you know day to day, I really wear a lot of activewear, comfortable clothing, especially as it gets warmer out. Of course, it's my go-to. And I wanna show you a few new pieces from Adidas, which is the sponsor of today's video, which is so insane. So big thank you to Adidas. Let me show you the set. I love these shorts. I love a good pair of sweat shorts, and the neutral color is perfect, but then this orange peachy bright on the side with their signature stripes I thought was so cute. Very like glowy-esque summer vibes. And a fleece line sweat short is oftentimes too hot for Texas, so these are not. They're a very active material. They have pockets that actually zip, which is super awesome. And to match with these, I got a nice comfy oversized t-shirt. I wear oversized t-shirts all of the time, which you probably know. This vibrant peach is such a fun color and goes perfectly with the shorts. Very lightweight material, great for the warmer weather. Adidas actually has such cute clothes out right now. This is a perfect everyday set for me, but they actually have such cute, like actual fashionable items too. And for arguably the star of the show, I got a nice fresh pair of sneaks. Some gazelles here. I love the green. I feel like green is such a fun color, not only because it can be almost like a neutral in ways that it goes with a lot of things, but also like green is my last name and it's like wellness and health. You think of green, right? So I feel like when in doubt, I like to go with green for things. I love that these have a little bit of chunk because I am short, and so I like to wear shoes with a little bit of a platform, but such a nice shoe. When you don't want a super basic white sneaker, you want something with like just a little detail, a little bit of a fashion twist on it. These are adorable and perfect. I will have all of these items linked. Let's put them on. I feel like a scoop of sherbet ice cream in the best way possible. Just glowy. She's cool. She's chill. And the gazelles especially, I think are very cool girl. I love them. Such an elevated sneaker. Adidas has these shorts in the full pant version too. I really want those because I think those are such a vibe. I would say everything is very true to size. This t-shirt is oversized, but it's like true to size. It just comes oversized, you know? So, love it. The gazelles really feel awesome too. They're very comfortable. I would say if you're in between sizes, size down, like they're a little roomy, but I got true to size and they're good. I just love. Check out the description box for links to these pieces and shop Adidas for some daily summer staples. You know who works with Adidas? Alona Mar. And you know who I love? Alona Mar. So cool, just so cool. Okay, let's make a coffee and then I do have a quick errand to run. If you've been keeping up with the vlog, so essentially, I want to get more into yoga as well. I did Pilates today, it was amazing, but there are a ton of free yoga events in Austin, and I don't own a yoga mat. So I'm like, oh my gosh, let me go buy one. It comes, and it's this like thicker, squishy mat that isn't necessarily ideal for yoga, and this is coming from, I have friends in my building that are like really into yoga, and they're like, that's more of like a workout, like core exercises or like stretching mat, not necessarily a yoga mat. So I have a different one that I ordered just from Amazon, but I need to return this, but I couldn't do a regular return. I had to take it to the UPS store. Normally I drop it off at like an Amazon place around here or whatever, but so that's what we're gonna do. We're gonna run to the UPS store and drop this off. So let's go. We have made it to the UPS store. Errand complete. I grabbed my restock of Nespresso pods. I'll show you what I got in case you're curious. I always get a bunch of iced Leggero. It's what I use just for regular iced lattes. I got a sweet vanilla coffee. I got a couple Melozio, which is essentially just like regular black coffee. I got Voltesso, which is a single shot of espresso. The other one's a double. I don't know if I mentioned that. And then a lot of times Nespresso runs deals, like you buy a certain amount, you can get free sleeves or whatever. These are called sleeves, but so I got a free double espresso dolce, which oftentimes is what I use for hot lattes. And then I got this one, Espresso Diabolito, I think is how you say it. And I don't think I've ever had this one. It's honestly really fun having a machine that makes both coffee and espresso shots. I got it in November, because I got it for Black Friday of 2023. And honestly, I love it. I would say it's a top purchase I've made and I don't regret it. And if you're looking to buy an espresso machine, I would say go for it. It's been a lot of fun. I honestly don't buy coffee out like ever. I really only do if I'm like out with friends or something, but I don't typically just go on coffee runs myself because I have fun making it at home. I do. Yes, it's more expensive than if you just had like coffee grounds and stuff, but in the long run, it's cheaper than buying coffee out. I don't know. Depends on your situation. I am so happy that I tried Pilates today. It was honestly just so much fun. I keep thinking about it. And as it's my new thing for May, I thought it'd be fun to tell you the new things I've done for the other months. So starting in January, I went to Colorado for the first time and I went skiing for the first time because I went on a ski trip to Colorado, right? But I'd never been to Colorado. So both of those were first for me. It was so much fun. I just went with a group of friends. And honestly, I thought it was very scary, but it was fun. In February, I went to Abu Dhabi, which was a first. It was also my first time being in Asia in general. It was also my first brand trip. All new things there, which is simply insane. As always, a quick thank you to you because that would have never been an experience for me if it weren't for you, truly. And I am grateful every single day and I will keep telling you that. In March, I signed up for ballet. I was so nervous. It was really the first time that I had gone to like an event or something. I tried doing volleyball once last year and I showed up once and then I didn't come back because it was just so out of my element. I knew I wasn't gonna like it and I don't dislike volleyball, the sport in general. It just wasn't for me. I don't know. But so signing up for ballet was very new, very scary, and I got used to it pretty quick and I ended up really liking it and then re-signing up once the time was done. Then in April, I signed up for hip hop, so another new class for me. I actually have my last class tomorrow because you sign up for a certain amount of them at once. It's not just like one random class. You basically sign up for like a course. So ballet, I signed up for 6 weeks, finished it, re-signed up for another. And then hip hop, I signed up for my first 6 weeks and then tomorrow's my last class. And I can't re-sign up right away because I'm gonna be out of town. But that's okay, maybe I'll do another one in the future. Then come May, Reformer Pilates. I kept saying for the longest time I wanted to try Pilates and I've done like mat Pilates videos, like I mentioned earlier, but it was honestly just so much fun being on one of those machines. Like they look so fun and cool, and obviously it's challenging, it's hard work, but it was honestly a fun experience. So I really like that these experiences and these like new things I'm doing range, you know, from traveling across the world to signing up for a class to a new workout. You can do whatever you want, you know? And even though we're already halfway through the year, I encourage you to start doing this. I didn't even really realize I was doing it until I had done new things back-to-back months in the beginning of the year. And then I was like, oh wait, I kind of want to make this a thing. And I'm really happy I did because now I'm pushing myself to actively try new things. And I just feel like I'm growing a ton as a person this year. And like last year, I moved here in January and I feel like I just was kind of to myself a bit, like a little lost for a while, which when you have a big life change, that's expected, right? But I just feel so much more me and so much more comfortable and just happier this year. And I hope you can tell. It's been a lot of fun, truly. Like just life in general. Again, thank you so much for being here and for any support you've ever given me ever. I have not had much of an appetite today. I think just because I went out to dinner last night, I had like early birthday cookies, stuff like that. So I've just been feeling kind of like blah today. You know what? I even finished the birthday cookies earlier today. But it is time for dinner. We are going to grill, but I don't think I'm gonna have a typical burger. I'm gonna eat it with like part of my leftovers from I don't know. I'll show it to you. We love to use the grills at our apartment building. They're nice and it's like a nice quick meal. I love a good burger, you know? Something I trained Duncan to do, which I honestly think is impressive for some dogs, is he's in the middle of eating dinner and I can get him to stop and come to me. Ready? Come. Good boy. Sit. Touch. Good job. Get it? Good boy. Do you like my Croc gibbets? My slides are Crocs and I put like Western themed gibbets on them. One time we were out here grilling and I sat on that wall and I literally sat in an anthill. It was like right behind the cement part and I didn't know it right away. And then all of a sudden my butt was like feeling pinched. I got bit by a bunch of ants on my butt because I sat right there to wait for the grill and there just happened to be a bunch of ants.
Early flip.
Fit check. What I'm having my burger with is yesterday we went to this restaurant called The Well. It is in downtown Austin and it's like a healthy restaurant. I ate the leftover steak with my breakfast, right? But it came with these and I thought they were French fries, but I think they're made of chickpeas. So they're like almost like chickpea fries. So I'm gonna put these in the air fryer and eat these with my burger. I think they'll crisp right up and be pretty yummy second day. Honestly, I love leftovers because it just makes things so easy. Hi, I love you. I love you so much. Thank you. After I ate, I sat on the couch and cuddled with Duncan for a little while. And then we went on our long afternoon walk. But I'm like savoring this time with him because he leaves us in a week. So like I said, it's Monday. Next Monday, we drop him off for 3 weeks because he's doing a board and train program. So basically how this came about, he's been really awesome, honestly. We had a rough patch like last summer, but he's really great. Like he is a great dog. We practice all the time, everything like manners, recall. I actually get a lot of compliments on his etiquette and stuff throughout our building because I'm like really on it with him because I want him to be a well-behaved good boy, right? You're my favorite. I love you so much. Anyways, so we have 2 weddings in Wisconsin that we are going to Wisconsin for, right? And we do have a dog sitter that we use here, but he's never gone for that long of a time. I think the maximum he's gone is like 5 days. And I just worry, as one does. And I was like, I don't know if I want him to like be there for 2 whole weeks. Like, I don't know. But I was like, okay, if we're gonna be gone for like 2 weeks, what if we look into some sort of training so that we kind of get more out of the time that we're away from him? And so a friend in my building actually took her lab, who's like 6 months younger than Duncan, to this board and train. And it's a person who runs it essentially out of their home. I think she has like a good amount of land and she's like a dog trainer. She has all the certification. She went to school, this and that. And so I had a call with her and she seems pretty great. And so she said that she wants him for a minimum of 3 weeks. Typically their programs are 4 weeks, but if they have some training prior, she says 3 weeks okay. And I kind of explained like what we've done with him, like this and that, whatever. And she said 3 weeks would be fine. But so we drop him off on Memorial Day in the morning. And then we leave to go to Wisconsin for 2 weeks a few days later. And then we come back and we still have like a week without him. So, oh my gosh, I'm gonna miss him so much. I haven't ever been away from him that long. Of course, the longest I've been away from him is not even a full week. Look at that sweet face. It's gonna be tough. But you know what? You're gonna learn a ton. You're gonna learn so much. One of my friends in my building says, think of it as summer camp. Like it's summer camp for him. He's gonna have so much fun. He's gonna be running around. I think she has a pool, so hopefully he gets to go swimming. But so it'll be really good for him. There will be a lot that we can take away from it. I'm just gonna miss him so much. Oh my God. I think it's gonna be hardest when we're back here and he's not here. But when we're traveling, it'll be different because we'll be busy doing stuff. And it will be nice to go visit like my family, my nieces and nephews, and like not have to worry about him, of course. So that'll be nice. But oh gosh, I'm getting like nervous for it. I'm making myself get ready for bed kind of early. Because my recovery scores and a lot of data on my brain has been pretty poor lately. I just have not gotten a good night's sleep in the past, honestly, like week. And it is my own fault. So I'm really just trying to force myself to get ready for bed early and actually go into bed. Part of it is I was feeling really, really behind last week. And I really actually do feel caught up now. So I'm taking advantage and I am going to bed early. I was just doing like computer work for the past few hours. So that's good. But if you don't recover, I mean, all your hard work is not gonna pay off essentially. Or at least that's how I think about it. And I am already feeling sore from Pilates today. Like my inner thighs and my hamstrings are really really feeling it the most. A little bit in my upper back too. It was essentially an all over body workout. You know, it was a reformer flow. I actually asked for like a pamphlet with all the terminology so that when I do want to take a class, you know, there's different types of classes. I want to know like what each class is. Like if it's called this, well, what does that exactly mean? And the intro class is most similar to just a basic reformer flow, which is what the instructor said. And I liked it, so like that's nice. But I know there's a lot of different types and there's so many more like tools and equipment that we didn't explore today that you can take classes using. But so I really, really need to sleep well tonight. I'm also gonna do an upper body lift tomorrow morning, and then I have my last day of hip hop tomorrow too. So I just wanna like keep the recovery going. And then my birthday's the next day. So I'm like, I wanna have this energy. I'm gonna celebrate this weekend too. Like, I just need to recover. And I always make it harder than it should be. My skin is actually feeling and looking really good this week, so that's exciting, especially since it is the week of my birthday, if I haven't said that enough. But so that's nice because in my last like 2 vlogs, it was just not doing so hot, but I feel like it's recovering and looking pretty good. I actually felt really glowy today, and all I had on was a little bit of concealer the majority of the day to cover up a little bit of like healing acne. Other than that, like my skin just like, I thought I looked pretty glowy today. Time for jammies and red glasses to get my body ready for bedtime. Also, need some fiber and want a snack. I've been doing a lot of frozen grapes lately. Pretty good, honestly. I hit my 15,000 step goal for the day, which I'm really happy about. Honestly, a step goal is like one of the like easiest challenges that I think can make you feel different on a day-to-day basis. Like easy in a sense that like, okay, taking steps is an easy activity. Hard because you have to be on top of it and plan it, but it makes the biggest difference at the end of the day. Anyways, we are going to bed, clearly. He literally sleeps above my head sometimes. Otherwise under the covers, and I don't even care that he's this spoiled. I am obsessed with him. Be sure to shop Adidas. Everything's linked in the description box. Thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for everything. Please subscribe if you have not, and I'll see you in my next one.